Hi, this is Chris Miglino. I am at the world famous LD Micro Conference in Los Angeles, California. I'm here with La Rosa Holding Corp. Joe La Rosa, named the company after himself. Yeah, it's fantastic. Symbol LRHC. Now, we've met before. We've had a couple of conversations. Right. So you guys are in the real estate business. You're providing tools for agents, right?
Correct. Yes.
To be able to optimize the selling process. Tell our audience a little bit about where things are and what you guys have been doing, and what the advancements have been in the last. I think in the last time I saw you was in New York.
In New York, straight.
It's 6 months ago. Yeah. So give us an update.
No, so listen, we've been super blessed. Obviously, we're now at the 1 year mark of us being trading on NASDAQ.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So we continue to obviously look to find ways to disrupt the real estate industry. Initially, when we first launched our IPO, our primary focus was to really offer agents the opportunity to earn 100% of their commission. Doing that through a subscription model, creating a lot of value, a lot of services that the agents typically would have to give away a good chunk of their commission to be able to get. And so that really allowed us to kind of stand out. Since last time we spoke, we've actually now introduced a revenue share model, very similar to some of our competitors that are out there in the real estate space. And this has really got a lot of folks, now their interest peaked. And so we have introduced a model, again, not saying that we have invented revenue share because it's been around, but finding a way to now disrupt it. And so we've actually onboarded, over 400 agents since June 1st.
Wow.
With this new model. And so we have been putting guidance out there now that we expect to actually exit the year here in 24 with close to 4,000 agents and be at about $100 million with our revenue run rate. So very excited for what this year has been able to bring to us. And then obviously now kind of taking that momentum into 2025 and really now becoming a leader in the real estate industry.
So do you guys use a KPI of number of agents as kind of like the driving revenue force behind the business?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, agent count is always going to be something that's going to be a good KPI for us to use, but we're looking at per person productivity too. So you can have 10,000 agents, but if they're not producing any transactions for the business itself, obviously that's not going to work. So we want to make sure that we have good coaching, good training, good resources in place to be able to make sure that our agents are equipped to be as successful as they can be. So we want that, obviously, we want that that revenue to be able to come in from the agent's production, basically.
So for the audience that doesn't know, explain to the audience how your platform works and how you're different than, a traditional real estate brokerage company.
Yeah, so a traditional real estate brokerage is basically going to require the agent to pay back 30 to 40% of their commission. So any traditional brokerage model does that today. So what we do is our agents have options now. So they can come into earning straight 100% commission. They'll pay a monthly subscription. They'll pay a flat fee per transaction, and that fee can actually be passed on to the consumer. And they'll pay a very small annual fee. And with that, they get all of the tools, all of the services that we have to offer. Or they can go into a revenue share model. So a lot of agents have seen a decrease maybe in their transaction volume over the last couple of years, just because of the market that we've been in. Now they have a way to kind of supplement that by recruiting other agents to the company. And when you put us side by side by any of the other revenue share models out there, our plan is really designed for the agent and not for the broker. So the agent has no boxes they have to check off. It's very easy for them to be able to make additional money. So those two commission models are really what allows us to stand out and be a disruptor in the marketplace.
What do you find more? Who are the agents using more of the subscription model where they get to keep 100%, or are they using more of the rev share model? So initially it was the subscription model, 100% commission, but as of late, momentum is now definitely behind the revenue share side. And, it's now you have agents that are in the company that are now recruiting other agents because that's part of the revenue share model. It incentivizes them to be able to go out there and find 5, 6, 10, 15 agents and have them get introduced to the company. So if I'm an agent and I bring in other agents to come into the platform, do I share in their revenue? Or how does it work?
So if you were to recruit me to the company, right, I close a transaction where, unlike any other real estate company out there in the marketplace today, you automatically get revenue share on my very first transaction. With the other companies, there's a lot of boxes you have to check off. Like you have to close so many deals yourself first. You have to recruit so many agents first. So
somebody could just be a recruiter and just get in there.
Yeah, I was telling the story earlier today. Our daughter for example, graduated from Florida State, got her real estate license, has not yet met with a seller or a buyer, but is making money now in real estate because she's actually recruited a couple of agents now to the company, and she has them in the revenue share model.
Interesting. And what percentage do they make of the other agent?
So it's a 90-10 split. So out of that 10%, half of that goes into the revenue share pool, and that's basically broken down over 5 levels. So at the first level, 50% basically of the total commission. So simple math is 2.5% basically they had the ability of actually making.
Now, let's say I recruit somebody to be in, and that person recruits somebody to be in. Is that what you're talking about? 5 levels down?
Right.
So I have the benefit of 5 levels down, so the web could go quite large.
Absolutely. So I'll give you an example. So we have a brokerage that is, we have a team actually, it was with another brokerage. They actually had recruited about 1,400 agents in a 16-month period of time. And they came in and kind of saw our model, saw how it was going to be working. Right before I was ready to introduce it, all of a sudden they looked over at me and said, well, wait a second. If you're going to introduce this model, we'll jump ship and we'll join you tomorrow. I said, really? You'd walk away from 1,400 agents? It took you 16 months to build that. He said, yeah, but with your model, we'll be at 5,000 agents in 12 months. Because now our agents have the ability to make even more money. So it can absolutely expand and grow and yeah.
That's great. And then what happens after the 5th level? It just kind of stops because you can't go any further.
Well, it does to some extent. Unlike some of the other companies too, we wanted to be different. So if in another company, if an agent, let's just say they're at your 3rd level and they leave, that 3rd level for some companies will remain empty. It'll be basically just an empty spot. With our model, it actually, whoever's in your 4th level would move up to your 3rd level. So in essence, it actually helps you to be able to still have that 6th and 7th level, because you never know down the road if people do leave for whatever reason, they will automatically always be, filled. They'll always move up from the bottom.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, that's why you've seen that tremendous growth since Juve.
Absolutely, yeah. We're excited. I mean, obviously, we've been putting out guidance that we'll be at 4,000 agents. Now, some of that's going to come from some acquisitions, of course, but in addition to that, organically as well.
Are you finding that the people that are getting recruited like this into this ecosystem are performing as well as, hand-picking people to work for you?
Oh, yeah, because, obviously, so if I was to recruit you to the company, so now my agents have now the recruiter mindset. So they don't want to just recruit anybody with a pulse. They want somebody that's going to close, because that's how they're going to make money.
Are they only getting paid on transactions, or they're getting paid on the monthly fees as well?
Only on the transactions.
Okay. There's nothing to do with the monthly.
Nothing to do with the monthly blend.
So, but what if the person comes in underneath the monthly 0 transaction? Well, they're getting paid. You have a fee for each transaction.
Yeah. So what we do is, so if they go in the revenue share, they'll get a greater split. If they go into the 100% commission, I already recruit you. You say, you know what? I don't want to do revenue share, but I'll do 100% commission. I still get a small piece of the transaction fee that gets collected. So there is still revenue share there. It's just not as much.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And now, can you do this nationally, or is it?
They are. Yeah.
There's no rules or there's no regulations that keep you from doing this in every state.
Right. We're doing it now in Texas, California, and Puerto Rico, Georgia. Everywhere we're currently operating in right now, we have the ability to do so.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. We have our main offices down in Puerto Rico.
Right.
And the real estate market in Puerto Rico is crazy. There's no MLS. There's no real place where you list the home.
Right.
So it's a interesting market down.
It is. We actually just had an event there a couple of weeks back. We had about 200 agents actually show up at one of our events. So Puerto Rico is going to be probably one of our fastest growing locations, I think, over the next 6 months.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's fantastic. I mean, we love Puerto Rico. Well, that's our main office. So we got to let us know the next time you're down there.
Absolutely.
So tell us, how is what's the revenue look like? How you trended? Where do you think you get? You said $100 million?
Yeah, so we had a PR go out last week, had a great response from the market. I think we had about 180 million in volume that day. We had announced that we'll be at about 45 million year to date with what our expectation is. Today, currently, our run rate probably for a entire 12 months is actually closer to 65 million. So again, with these acquisitions and with the organic growth, that's why we know we're going to be at $100 million in the next 60 days.
Oh, I hope you get there. That's a solid number, right? And what is the obviously stock sees some challenges, right? which is not uncommon for new public companies when they come out for that to happen. But so the value prop is here. Like, oh, we there's a better value props now than it ever has.
Absolutely. When you live side by side, is look at any of the comparables that are out there. We are, again, not being biased as CEO and the founder, but I feel like we're tremendously undervalued. So it could be a great opportunity for folks now.
What's the market cap down here? That's this level.
So we're about today, currently, I think around, last time I checked, around 17 million.
Okay, great. So doing 100 million a year, that's way undervalued.
Way undervalued.
Way undervalued.
Way undervalued.
So everybody on that's watching this, you guys should check this out. LRHC, put that on your screen. Make sure that you are following it. I mean, this is an industry that has been making money for years, but is being disrupted in this miles. Right now, has anybody tried to do this before? Or this is just you guys, is there competition?
Well, absolutely. And there's some great competition out there. On the revenue share side, yeah, there's definitely a couple of companies now that have had great success with it. We are coming into the market where we feel is a far more advantageous model now for agents. So it's a lot easier for them to make money. That's why we're seeing now higher numbers than we've ever seen before. And we're also one of the only ones now offering the best of both worlds. So they can come in, do revenue share, or they can earn 100% commission. So right now we are absolutely one of the leaders in the marketplace with being able to create options for agents. And I think that's what, we want to, the term agent-centric has been used quite often in our industry. We want to define what it is to be agent-centric. And one way that we want to define that is by creating as many options as we can for agents to be able to allow them to pick and choose what makes sense for them.
Well, I wish you guys the best of luck. I appreciate that. I'm excited about your business. I think it's, has a good story behind it and has a great opportunity for growth. A lot of times people get fixated on a decrease in value in companies. I think that only proves that, or only shows that there's opportunity when you're seeing this revenue growth that's kicking in like you're seeing now.
Right.
And then there's going to be a crossover there where everybody's going to say like, there's value here, right? And like and all of a sudden you're gonna start to see the uptick in that stock. So
absolutely, yeah, it's all about timing. The market obviously is going to be improving in the real estate market in itself as well. So that's also going to be playing into our favor. So I was told by my father many years ago, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. So we're just focused on executing on our game plan. We know what we have the ability to do, and we're going to be one of the leaders in the real estate industry. So, just, keep following us.
So LRHC, again, put it on your ticker symbol. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.